It's your motherfucking boy Jiggy Smalls, man. My Black is Different podcast. I haven't done one of these in a long time. And I apologize to those who watch me, and I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber, bro. Like, I'm a hardworking black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have family. I do everything by myself. I can't sit here and just video after video after video. My videos are basically when I'm in the moment and the thoughts are racing through my head. That's why some videos, when you hear me speak, it's I make jumbled things because it's so much that I want to get out. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do this video. When I seen that Showtime was making a documentary called We Need to Talk About Cosby, I said, this gonna be worse than Surviving R. Kelly. Then I seen that it was gonna be in 4 parts. Before the shit came out and they even said how long the parts was gonna be, I knew that shit. I knew each episode was gonna be like 45 minutes, nigga. I said, oh, they about to thrash Bill Cosby. And I want to say this before I really get into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm watching this shit right now. Like, I'm on the last episode. It's probably like, let me see how many more minutes it is. I still got like 38 minutes in the last episode. But see, I know how this story ends. Okay? I want to say this off rip. I've never liked Bill Cosby. Okay? At first, it started out not liking Bill Cosby because, okay, as a child, I was raised by my grandparents, and my mother was on drugs, so they raised me. In their household, it wasn't, oh, Bill Cosby show on, let's go watch the Bill Cosby show. It wasn't no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 32 now. Around this time, when the Bill Cosby show was in its prime, I wasn't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? When the Bill Cosby show went off the air, I was probably like 3. But from my earliest recollections of me being like 5 and 6 and 7 and shit, they never watched the Bill Cosby show. And if they did watch it, it was because nothing else was on. My grandfather, he was a conundrum. He would watch anything. So I can't sit here and tell you the shows that he liked watching. I've caught him watching South Park before. And then I had to sit back and I'm like, why the fuck is he watching South Park? And then I'm like, Isaac Hayes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But my grandmother, I knew what she liked. You know what I'm saying? Murder, She Wrote, Quincy, Price is Right, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. I can't get none of these wrong because if I get them wrong and she ever sees this, she'll probably crucify me. Matlock, Perry Mason. I think I said The Price is Right. But she watched stuff like that, and her favorite movie was Triple X. But she loves that movie with Vin Diesel, not the porno. Not porno. She just loves that movie. I don't know why. But as I got older, if they were watching The Cosby Show, it was because nothing else was on, and they got tired of flipping through channels. So sometimes I would sit there and I would watch it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Just like I never really cared for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like, okay. And the reason I never cared for these shows is because they're not fucking real. Like, I know it's a TV show, but there's nothing about it based in reality. I like Living Single more than those shows. Living Single to me was based more in reality. The Martin Lawrence show to me, Martin, was based more in reality. You know what I'm saying? These were the clothes we wore. They spoke how we spoke. You know what I'm saying? The problems that they went through, I can see people going through those problems. I can relate more. I can't fucking relate to Bill Cosby. I didn't know any doctors that had lawyer wives, and I'm not sitting here saying that that doesn't exist. That's not what I'm saying, okay? What I'm saying is I'm not going to say at a young age, but when I got older and I started like to really watch stuff, I leaned more towards stuff kind of based in reality. It's a TV show. I know it's not going to be completely based in reality. You feel me? Like I had to, a couple of months ago, something popped in my head like, how old was I when I started watching Oz? The show that used to be on HBO. And I'm like, when I was watching Oz, I wasn't watching reruns. Like that was my shit. Like I would be tired in school because no, I'm going to watch Oz at 11 o'clock. Like you have me fucked up. Like I'm watching Oz. So when I looked at it, I seen that I was probably like 10 or 11 watching that shit. But I digress. So he never really correlated with me. And I was watching this shit and they started talking about, they call it the pound cake speech. At the time, I didn't know it as that. Because at the time when the so-called pound cake speech came out, it was 2007. I had just, I graduated in 2007. So I just had graduated high school. So I remember watching this whole speech. And the only thing that I can think in my head was, who the fuck is this uppity ass nigga? Who is this uppity ass nigga? Like, cause the pound cake shit didn't stand out to me. The only thing that stood out to me through that whole speech was when he started talking about black people naming their kids what they name their kids. I don't have a black name. You know what I'm saying? Like, my name is Curtis, but y'all call me Jiggy Smalls. My name is Curtis. I don't have a black name, okay? But it's like this. I understand what he was saying, but the way he delivered it, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, was from a place of hate. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anger because black people were digressing. No, it was coming from a place of hate. And I'm sitting here because the sentiments that he said, I felt those sentiments too. Why would you name your child? Because I've heard some names, even today, as a grown-ass man, I hear some bitches' names, even some niggas' names. And I'll be like, why the fuck would your parents name you that? And then on the flip hand side, you're grown as fuck. So why wouldn't you change your name? You know what I'm saying? But I also understand that what I eat doesn't make them shit. Everybody has a right to do whatever they want, no matter how I feel about anything. I can voice how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean it's going to change anything. So that was the point. When I heard that speech, that's when I started hating Bill Cosby. I don't want to see anything with him in it. None of that shit. Like, he was never funny to me in the first place. Like, I hate comics who makes use sounds to try to be funny. Like, so I grabbed a bottle of water and I was drunk and I grabbed a bottle of water and I squeezed it too tight. That's not funny, nigga. That's not funny. You're making an observation, and what you're trying to make funny is the sound. The sound is supposed to be the joke, but that shit is not funny. A joke is more complex than that. You feel me? So, I never really cared for the nigga. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I want to talk about... First thing I want to say is a lot of the things I'm going to say, and that's the reason I just gave that long diatribes, because I don't want motherfuckers to think that I'm champion for Bill Cosby. I don't want motherfuckers to think that I'm on his side. I don't want nobody to think that I feel he did nothing wrong. Like, there's a special place in hell for Bill Cosby. Like, real shit. There's a special place in hell for Bill Cosby. And I'm gonna be sitting there right next to him like I knew you was gonna be here before even all of this shit came out. Right next to me. And I'm still gonna be sagging my pants. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm watching this. And oh yeah, another side note. I hate Godfrey. He's a coon-ass nigga. I can't stand Godfrey. He cannot be serious at all. He has to make voices on some Sambo cooning shit all the time. He can't help his fucking self. That's why his career is where it's at. No one gives a fuck about Godfrey. No one ever cared about Godfrey. Okay? So, I just had to get that out. Because through this whole thing, he's basically taking this shit as a joke, making noise, all kind of dumbass voices, all stupid shit. So, I'm going to try to hurry it because I don't want this video to be too long. Now, the first woman comes forward. I don't remember her name. I don't care to remember her name. She's telling her story. So, she basically tells her story about... She tells her story starting like she was at some party and... It was some wine party, and she's telling the story about how her son died. I don't know why the fuck she's telling. This story has nothing to do with what happened to her. Okay? That's why when you watch... Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, don't watch it. Watch this Let's Talk About Cosby shit. Because if you didn't know some shit, you will find some shit out. Like, I thought I knew a whole bunch about the situation, but they let me know some shit like... This nigga's a serial rapist. Like, them rapists that be running around, them serial rapists that they be catching them notorious ones, he's more notorious than them. You feel me? Back to this woman though. So she tells us, oh yeah, my son, he was by the pool. Now mind you, this is like the 1960s. My son, he's by the pool picking grasshoppers out of the pool, and then the guy party that it was, and he just got the shipment of wine, and he tells me to come inside. Now mind you, her son is like 5 or 6 years old. In my drunkest state of mind, drunk and high off the gas, all that, my son, my cousin, any child that's associated with, I'm not going to leave you by no pool. Especially if I know you can't swim. You're his mother. You know if he can't swim or not. So you go inside and you leave him there. And the reason that I'm saying this is because I want you to see the thought process of this woman. Okay? And once I bring it all around, you're gonna see the correlation. So she goes in there, she comes out. By this time, her son done drowned. Okay? Now, it shows you how irresponsible she is. She says she goes to, a couple of days after her son died, she goes to a restaurant with her friend, and she's still grieving. That sounded a little iffy to me, because I don't know anybody that, like, you grieving, but you gonna go to a restaurant with your friend? Okay. She goes there. She twirling the food around because she's still grieving, whatever. Bill Cosby comes up. Her homegirl know of Bill Cosby. Like, they've met each other before, so they're chopping it up, whatever. He ends up, allegedly, from what she said, he ends up giving her a pill. He says, here, take this. It'll make you feel better. Stop, hold on, pump the brakes. Why the fuck are you taking random pills from strangers? You don't even ask this nigga what this is. You pop it in your mouth. Okay? Now, after a while, she's still telling the story. She started nodding off. Her and her friend were both nodding off. She claims, allegedly, he popped another pill in her mouth while she was nodding off. They go back to his place. He does what he does. He orally rapes her, whatever. Okay. And now I'm not trying to downgrade it by saying whatever. I'm just trying to keep it going. Because you niggas know I can talk. You know what I'm saying? So, that happens. But the first thing in my mind is I'm like, because my big thing with people is people play with life. People live in this world where they think people won't do wrong things to them. People live in a world where they think there's only good and bad. No, there is not. There's a gray area. Okay? I'm not saying what happened to her was right. It was totally wrong. But if you want me to sit here and say that what happened to her is not partially her fault, that's a fucking lie. I can't say that. I can't say that with a straight face. Because that, and the reason I say it is because it could have all been avoided. It could have all been avoided. Here, take this. It'll make you feel better. No, thank you. Simple as that. Simple as that. First thing would have popped in my mind was like, this nigga trying to give me random ass pills. I don't know what this shit is. And then he talking about coming back to my place. Nah, nigga, I don't know you. I'm good. But see, that's that white privilege though, right? Right? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing wrong to a white woman, right? So, all this shit happens. Now, here's why I have another problem. And rape is a very sensitive topic. People don't like giving their thoughts on it. And my 1000% right is the way I think is the way everyone should think. No. You your own person. Make your own decision. Feel how you want. But the only thing that I ask is if you're wrong, admit your wrongs and try to learn right. Just like I may be wrong with some of the stuff I say, but I am willing to gain the knowledge to admit that I am wrong if I am wrong about anything that I say. Now, here's my problem with rape victims, especially in this capacity. When it happens, they don't say anything. Do you have to say something right away? No, you don't. Will you need a couple of days to get yourself together? Okay, get yourself together. But then say something. These motherfuckers say nothing. And through this whole documentary, from the time of, we just gonna go from the 60s to 1975. Okay? We're going to use that time frame right there. From what I seen in this documentary, excluding the ones that didn't come forward, because there's a lot that didn't come forward. So, from the 60s, 1960 to 70. Now, I'm going to give you the view. This is not the Cosby show, Bill Cosby. I'm talking about with the doctor and the wife, and no, this ain't them. This is not even Fat Albert yet, nigga. Like, at this moment in time, Dick Gregory is still that nigga. I may be wrong, but I don't even think this is around the time of the Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby movies. Okay? So, Bill Cosby is still an up-and-coming actor. You want me to believe that he can rape all these white women, right? And they're so scared to come forward because no one is going to listen to them? You're shitting me, right? You're shitting me, right? Because when did Central Park 5 happen? That was one white woman who took chunks out of 5 black men's lives. So you want me to believe that if y'all would have went to the police and said Bill Cosby raped y'all, that he wouldn't have been locked up? 9 times out of 10, they would have probably lynched his ass too. But now here's my problem. Because when motherfuckers don't say anything, you're just as responsible for the next woman getting raped as Bill Cosby is, because it could have stopped with you. I am tired of hearing, oh, well, I felt embarrassed and I felt ashamed and I felt this and I felt that and I'm tired of hearing that shit, because what you're giving yourself an excuse to let someone else be violated. Would you want someone to be violated just how you were violated? See, it doesn't matter what a motherfucker says, it's a motherfucker's actions. This Bill Cosby shit could have been stopped a long time ago. But then here we go into another thing, which I seen from a couple of the women going forward that made these accusations against Bill Cosby. And this is why I can compare it to the R. Kelly situation. I'm tired of people making people seem like they're total victims. A good percent of those women who said Bill Cosby raped them, just like a good percent of those young girls or young women who said R. Kelly raped them, they were opportunists. You look at one of the stories from this Bill Cosby shit. It was a white woman. She went to go hang out with him, whatever. She ended up telling him that, oh yeah, I want to be a singer. He said, okay, I'm going to get you through to the right people. Anything worth having does not come easy. See, motherfuckers wanted it to come easy. So they put themselves in these situations. Just like there was a woman who, I think it's the same woman's story that I'm telling. Now, this is a different woman. This is not the same woman that I was just talking about with the pool and stuff. No, it's not the same woman. So you know Bill Cosby's married. You go to his home and no matter what he told you or what you assumed, if you assumed that you was going to meet his family and all that, you come to his home and it's only you and him there. Niggas could sit here and say, oh, as a man, you don't understand how it feels to be a woman and yada, yada. Fuck all that. If I was a woman, if I was a young woman, 19, 18, 20, this person asks me to come over and I assume that his wife and stuff is going to be there, but then it's just me and him, I'm getting the fuck out of there. See, if motherfuckers want me to believe that y'all don't have that gut feeling when something wrong about to happen or something bad about to happen, that's a whole motherfucking lie. If you want me to believe that you don't get that uneasy feeling, just like when, cause I don't think she said it, but she alluded to it. Like, when I got there and I seen it was just me and him, I was like, that's the feeling telling you get the fuck out of there. But why would I? He's going to make me a singer. Opportunistic. Once again, this does not justify what happened to them. I am not on Bill Cosby. Fuck Bill Cosby. They should never let his ass out of jail. He should still be in prison today. Okay? What I'm saying is, a lot of this stuff could have been avoided. But why wasn't it avoided? It wasn't avoided because people play with their lives. They take life as a joke. You know what I'm saying? So now moving on. I'm watching this shit, which I don't like certain documentaries in this day and age, because they pander. They either pander to the black community, and for some strange reason, they always find a way to pander to the LGBTQ community. Like, you have one gay black chick up there. She's talking about Like, and this is fucking random. Like, it's so fucking random. Oh, when I watched the Cosby Show, that's when I think I realized that I was a lesbian because of Denise Huxtable. We talking about Bill Cosby raping women. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Like, who cares? Oh, Denise Huxtable got your pussy wet? We don't give a fuck. If a man did that, oh yeah, because I remember watching Bill Cosby Show, and that's when I realized I was straight because I seen Miss Huxtable. That man will be considered a pervert. He will be considered all kind of shit. Oh, that's so tasteless. That's so tasteless. This is a documentary about Bill Cosby and the rape accusations. Why would you even? It would be a whole nother ball game. But it's like, these fucking gay people, they don't, like, there's no sanctions on them. Fuck the sanctions on Putin. We need sanctions on them. Like, stop it. Okay, you're gay. We don't care. Would you want a gold star? Like, I get sick of that shit, bro. So then, moving on. Like, to see the shit that he did and constantly kept doing, and then it's like, here's another one of my biggest things that pissed me off. You black niggas in media, stop speaking for us. Bill Cosby was never my father. I never looked at Bill Cosby as a father figure. I can go and ask probably 100 niggas that I know, did you look at Bill Cosby as a father figure? You niggas did. Speak about your own personal shit. Don't include all of us. I'm so tired of black people doing that. And then another thing, they had this black bitch up there, which I'm going to call her black bitch, because she's going to sit there and she goes, at one point of the documentary, she goes, yeah, that's a black girl sigh. Are you fucking serious? Like, are you fucking serious? See, I look at shit as in, would it be tasteful if another race did that? Like, that shit is weird to me. If a white girl's, that's that white girl sigh. Like, what? This shit is just retarded, and they put these people up there to speak for us, bro. Like, no, nigga. Like, Bill Cosby was never my father. I didn't give a fuck about the Cosbys. I knew that shit was a TV show. Even as a child, I knew that shit was a TV show, nigga. Did it have good teachings in it? Yes, but it's a fucking TV show, and it's a TV show that I can't relate to. I come from the inner city, the ghettos, nigga. I come from the hood, nigga, where these niggas will try to rob you. Fuck your wallet. They don't want your wallet. They want your jacket, nigga. They want your sneakers, nigga. That's where I come from. So I don't care. Like, I know that shit. There's people out there who are doctors and lawyers, whatever, just like I said before. But that shit don't relate to me. Now, moving on. Bill Cosby did all this shit. As the documentary goes on, they start talking about how he started getting the accolades and how the accolades that he got, as the accolades increased, his rapey behavior increased. So all this is going on, and they're just like, it doesn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. And another thing that I want you to notice when you watch this documentary, notice who's in it and notice who's not in it. I will say that again. Notice who's in it and notice who's not in it. One of the parts of the documentary, it was a female who was on the Cosby Show. I forgot what part she played, but not the one that came in as the pregnant lady, because I'm about to go in on her ass too. I think it was the one that was the cop, okay? The only one that really was not with the shit. She was not with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to her, it's like, She knew something was off from Jump Street. And she said something very fucking powerful. Now, this ain't verbatim, but she said something like, if you sit here and you believe that them motherfuckers on the set of the Cosby Show didn't know what was going on, you're fucking lying to yourself. And if they try to sit there and act like they didn't know what the fuck was going on, they're fucking lying. The same thing with the R. Kelly shit. You cannot facilitate shit like this by yourself. You cannot facilitate shit like this off your own doing. People have to be I don't want to say, yeah, I'm going to say agreement. They have to be in agreement with it. Even if I wouldn't do that, but you're not saying anything. And you know what's going on behind that door. See, what I find funny is, the funniest part, this is what let me know that motherfuckers knew something was going on. And if you know something was going on, then you knew something was going on. Because they constantly talk about his dressing room door. How it would never be closed. But then when some of the models that were sitting in the front row, because there would be casting agencies would send models there to be sitting in one section, and they would come there dipped out. But when they went into Bill Cosby's dressing room, that door would be closed and locked. So, when she came onto the set, she said they gave her a dressing room. And she's like, I only got like 3 lines. Like, I don't understand. Like, something is not right. You know what I'm saying? So, she talks about how he came in there and was basically on some other shit. But she wasn't having none of it. There's several more women on this shit that told their stories that I feel were opportunists. They were looking for something from him for free. Sorry, the world does not work like that. Okay? It doesn't. If somebody gives you something for free, you better look at them very leery. That's why in the 48 Laws of Power, it says never take anything for free. Now, moving on. So, and I know I'm probably jumping all around, but I'm trying to, like, I'm bringing up shit that stood out to me in the documentary. So I'm watching this shit, and I'm just like, okay. I'm telling you right now, the first episode, this is basically what they're doing to Bill Cosby. Straight up. They suck him off. That whole first episode. Like, we don't know who the fuck Bill Cosby is. Like, all that first episode on some real shit. If you want to know what the fuck happened, like, start from episode 2 and watch on. That first episode is just fluff, bro. If you don't know how Bill Cosby became Bill Cosby, that's a whole nother thing. Watch that first episode. But if you have a gist of it, they're going to tell you some things that you may not have known. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Bill Cosby having the first black stuntmen in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Because before they used to just paint white people black with black paint. Like literal black paint. Okay, kudos. Okay, and Hitler made penicillin. So what, nigga? Nobody talks about Hitler made penicillin, though. Like, so why are we talking about how Bill Cosby did all this other shit? Nobody speaks about how Hitler made penicillin, though. So, with all that being said, it's like, I don't like how my race tries to, oh, he was our father. Bill Cosby was our father. Speak for yourself. Like, speak for yourself. I don't like that. I don't like that black talk. Like, I don't like that black talk because I'm an individual. The way I think is not the way you think. Okay? So do not include me in that. Straight up. Don't say our father. See, that's you old niggas' problems. See, this shows the problem with these old niggas. And I'm not just talking about the ones that's Bill Cosby's age. I'm talking about the ones that's Godfrey's age. I'm talking about the ones that's, what's that other nigga? It was another nigga up on there. He was on the Jamie Foxx show. I don't remember his name. But niggas like that. Nah, nigga, this was your problem. You know what I'm saying? You looking for something that's not there. You cannot say, oh, yeah, he was like my father. The only thing that should be like your father is your father, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or a stepfather. Or maybe even a mentor that you see, that you can have physical contact with. Not some motherfucker on the TV screen, bro. Like, I hate that shit, bro. And then it's like this. And I've always felt like this. I don't never trust niggas who seem perfect. Cause ain't nobody perfect. You gotta have some vice. For the longest time, I didn't trust niggas who didn't curse. Like, you don't even curse when you mad. Not even a jackass or a dumbass comes out your mouth. If somebody gets you mad, even if you say it in your head, or you may mumble it out your, you know what I'm saying, mumble that shit on the low. Like, that shit, I don't trust people like that. Because they hide in shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got they lose shit with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't trust motherfuckers who try to be perfect. This nigga was perfect in their eyes. You feel me? This nigga was perfect in their eyes. So that's how they looked at him. He could do no wrong. And that's the problem with the black community. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with the black community right there. So then moving on. I'm watching this shit and I'm just like, another part that really made me feel some kind of way. They start talking about how, even after the allegations started to come out and I don't even want to say started to come out, because he basically, from the documentary saying, he's basically having allegations come out his whole fucking career. But around like 2014, they were talking about NBC wanted to do another like black family show, and they wanted him to be on board with it. And then people are like, the dude from that was on the Jamie Foxx show, he's like, oh, well, it's like they don't see these allegations, like they don't see what's going on, and yada, yada, yada. Nigga, you talking to capitalists. Capitalists don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Capitalists only care about making money, nigga. Will that make us money? It looks like it will make us money. They don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. Now, if the allegations would have really start coming out hardcore, then shit, we ain't fucking with Bill Cosby. You feel me? But until then, it's no good or evil in that shit. It's money, nigga. Like, don't try to judge their moral compass off of that, because there is no moral compass involved, nigga. See, that's the problem with niggas in this world. They think everything is black and white, and it's not, nigga. It's black, gray area, and white, nigga. That's how it goes, nigga. What the fuck is you niggas talking about? But the funniest thing in the world is, you know what brought light? You know what really made people start paying attention? Like, oh shit, Bill Cosby did rape women. Was the Burris dude. When he did the stand-up shit. And it's funny how a black man was y'all white knight. And he brought y'all trauma to the table and put it in these motherfuckers' face so they can see it. A black man did that. But then you know what this documentary goes and does? This documentary goes and says, oh no, he really wasn't even the start of it. The start of it was some woman that came out after that. So they don't never let us shine. Even when we help these motherfuckers, they don't never let us shine. They don't never let us shine, bro. How many women were coming out saying that Bill Cosby raped them before that? And no one gave a fuck. But when the Burris dude said it, now niggas is paying attention, because like niggas is like, hold on. Because the nigga said it. He said, yo, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was funny. He said, no bullshit. When you go home, when you leave out of here, Google Bill Cosby rapist. That shit gonna have more results than, he said his name. He said it's gonna have more results than my name. Like, and when you really break that joke down, like, whoa, like, that shit should have no results at all. Like, you should be out here raping people. Like, and so it's funny, but like, there's always truth in a joke, my nigga. So, but this video getting kind of long, so I'm just gonna get my thoughts on it, on the documentary. I feel it's a good documentary when you get past all the black pandering and Godfrey making stupid ass voices, and when you look past some of the women up there being opportunist, as in saying you should have never been in that facility and Bill Cosby's vicinity like that. You know what I'm saying? Why are you in his home knowing that he got a wife, but you in his home by yourself? Like, you and him. And you think that's okay. But, I mean, it's a good documentary. If you can get past all that shit, it's a good documentary. You know what I'm saying? I found out a lot of shit that I didn't know. Do I suggest you watch it? Yes. Do I think that we need to stop putting people on pedestals? What I took from this documentary is absolute power corrupts absolutely. Say that 5 times fast. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, because once the Cosby Show jumped off, it's like, bro, this nigga went into super rapist mode. Like, it's not funny, but that's what really happened, bro. Like, he upped the ante, bro. It's like, now I'm fucking untouchable, bro. And did I like how they talked about how NBC, the whole Cosby was going to buy NBC thing, and that's why they did that to him, and yada, 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 and this, and that. That's why we got to get these old niggas the fuck out of here, because it's the old niggas saying that, and they brainwashing the younger niggas like my age, and younger than, nah, the niggas younger than me don't give a fuck about none of this shit, but they try to brainwash the niggas my age into thinking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bill Cosby gonna buy NBC, bro? For what? Like, he could just start his own station, channel just like Oprah did. It didn't make sense when motherfuckers even start saying that. But black people always say dumbass shit. So, I mean, they talked about that. And, like, it shows you, like, another thing that made me mad about this shit was, stop thinking you know these people because you see them on TV. They're actors. Acting. Like, stop thinking you know these people. You don't know these people, bro. You want to be honest. Even people you know, they can live in the same house with you. They can grow up with you. You know what I'm saying? Your whole fucking life. There hasn't been a day that has gone by where you haven't seen this person. You know what I'm saying? It can be like that and you still not know that person. So I don't know why people would think, because I see you on a TV, that I know you. Like, this is how you are in real life. That shit is weird to me. That's retarded. That's a retarded way of thinking, bro. Like, but the documentary is good. You get past through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Another part I didn't like was when, let's talk about that the pregnant lady on the Cosby Show. So, I don't remember her whole story. I just remember the gist of it. So, Bill Cosby sexually assaulted her, right? But yet, after he sexually assaults you, you still come and do the Cosby Show. And then she sits there and she says, oh, people judge me for still doing the Cosby Show after that and yada, 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 and this, and that. Yeah, nigga. Like, yeah. Oh, well, I studied the role and it's work and I worked hard for it and and yada, yada, yada. Bro, you know how many jobs is in the world, especially for a young black woman? Besides acting, you could have definitely went somewhere else. Like, really? That's why I say, but she was the only one foolish enough to admit it. Like, she was the only one foolish enough to admit it. Like, if that's not an opportunist, I don't know what the fuck is, bro. Like, I have no idea what is, bro. That's why, like, just stop taking things for face value, bro. Stop taking things on a surface level, son. Things are deeper than a surface level. Everything is deeper than a surface level, bro. Like, I want to hear what y'all think. If anybody watched it, leave comments. Leave your comments at the bottom. I really like this the time. Like, I really, really want to see what y'all think. And I really want to hear how y'all feel about what I said. I want to hear how y'all felt when y'all were watching the documentary. Like, I want to hear these things. You know what I'm saying? And before I get out of here, I have another video that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be better than this one. This is just a quick, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be better than this one. And it's going to be about missing black girls and missing black women in America. It's going to be about that because it's going on. And it's like, but I'm not going to get into that right now because I'm going to save that for that video. But that video will be coming next. Now, if you have any ideas for videos y'all want me to do, I'll try to do them. I'm going to try to do more videos. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a YouTuber. Like, I don't generate money off of this shit. I'm not an e-beggar. I'm not going to sit here, donate to my Cash App and all this other shit. Just like I told y'all before, if somebody asks for my Cash App or they want to donate to me to help me do this thing, then that's cool. But this is not my main goal. I'm just a nigga talking, bro. That's all I am. I'm just a nigga speaking, bro. Giving my thoughts. Because I feel like there's no one on YouTube who speaks like me, bro. Like, I'm a real nigga. Like, I'm outside. Like, these niggas ain't outside. Like, I'm outside with it. You feel me? And I just wanted to give people like me a voice, bro. Because there's a lot of people that's like me that can't sit on this camera and speak like this. You know what I'm saying? Because this takes a lot to do. You have to get your thoughts in order. Like, I spitball this. I'll never sit down and write a fucking script out, and I can't do that, bro. Like, I can't, bro. I need my shit to be natural. You know what I'm saying? But you know how I say, man. You know how I do. If you like the shit, like the shit. I don't give a fuck about no likes, dislikes. I don't care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with it, fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? My Black is Different podcast, man. I've been your humble host, Jiggy motherfucking Smalls, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we off this, man. Just a short little at the end. You know what I'm saying? I know I did my outro and all that, but I just finished watching the rest of it. Some told me to watch it before I made the video, but the thoughts I had, I wanted to get out. Now, after watching the end, okay, one, it goes back to what I said towards the beginning. This is why you do not wait. Once again, this is why you do not wait when you are a victim of rape, okay? Because when you wait, what happened in this Bill Cosby situation, this is what happens. If he would have been stopped at the beginning, one, women would not have been victimized. Only 60 women came out. And that's including the no names and the people who didn't come forward visually. Okay? Now, he was basically let out because of a technicality. Welcome to the world of a black man. Okay? Where we're constantly being fucked. And I like how they try to villainize black men. And this is something I left out earlier with the, where I talked about the woman who was on the Cosby show that was pregnant. When you watch the documentary, you're going to know who I'm talking about. It's like she has a hatred for black men now. Okay? Oh, black men didn't believe me, and black men were my biggest opposition and all this other shit. No, uppity niggas was. I wish people stop sitting here thinking that we're trying to villainize victims, because we're not trying to villainize victims. We're asking sensible questions. Why did you wait so long? Why did you take the pill? Why did you take? Because a lot of them took these pills willingly. Does that justify what he did? No, that does not justify what he did. But if you sit here and say you're not partly responsible for what happened to you, there were people who don't even drink. Okay? There were people who don't even drink that he offered drinks to and they took them. That does not fucking make sense. I don't smoke crack. If Rihanna offered me some crack, oh, she pregnant now, fuck her. Who else? If Megan Thee Stallion offered me some crack, like, here, smoke this crack. You know what I'm saying? No, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't want to smoke no crack, Megan Thee Stallion. I'm good. No, go ahead. It'll be, no, I don't want to smoke. Megan Thee Stallion, I don't smoke crack. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, this is the world, bro. Like, stop thinking of the world as what you want it to be, because it's not what you want it to be, bro. Like, a majority of the motherfuckers that's in high power are evil as fuck. And then we not talking about no Illuminati bullshit. No, nigga, they just, when you get that power and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, like really, really be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do, a majority of people are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do, bro. Like, that's what it comes down to, bro. Like, and it's just, you still hear, like, one of the women said when Cosby got locked up and sent to prison, it wasn't a good feeling, and this and that, and that and this. Stockholm Syndrome. That's what she's basically having Stockholm Syndrome. You're sympathizing with your victim. I mean, you're sympathizing with your rapist. You're sympathizing with your victimizer. Okay? So it's like, this shit is just crazy. That's why you have to nip it in the bud at the beginning. Because if you don't, that's when these questions are going to come out. Like, if you thought you were going to sit in a courtroom and the person defending Bill Cosby wasn't going to try to make you look like a filthy, dirty slut, I don't know what fucking world you're living. That's that person's job, nigga. That's that person's job. People don't when it comes to money, people don't give a fuck about morals. People don't care about dignity. People don't care about integrity, bro. Like, point blank, period, bro. And motherfuckers need to realize this, man. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, stop living in La La Land. Now you want us to stand with you and do this and do that, and y'all should have been doing that shit. Y'all should have been doing that shit. Oh, because it's Bill Cosby and he's a name? What about those other rapists who are let out? What about those other rapists who are let out on technicalities? What about all of them? Now you give a fuck. And then on the flip hand side of that, you want people to stand with you. Like, I can't stand with you if you don't stand for yourself. Like, I can't. You have to be strong enough to stand for yourself. If you can't stand for yourself, why would I stand for you? You look at a Black Panther like Angela Davis. If she was raped, do you think that she wouldn't say anything until 10, 20 years later? I don't think so. I think she would say something when it happened. Because you're not going to get rid of it. You're not. It's not going to go anywhere. And then my other thing with people with rape victims waiting is, how can you keep that on your conscience? How can you keep that on your conscience by you not saying anything? You're basically giving that person who assaulted you and violated you, you're giving them a right to do it to someone else because you didn't say anything. But man, it's Jiggy Smalls. My Black is Different podcast. Don't rape nobody. Like, if you are a rape victim, and I'm sorry for laughing, but if you are a rape victim and you've been violated, please don't hide that shit. Don't hide that shit. Like, we're not gonna judge you. We're not gonna sit here and blame you. They sat on this documentary and they tried to make it seem like every single person was against these women when that's not the case. All of us weren't. When I first heard the allegations, I knew he did that shit. I knew he did that shit. And the thing about it was, nobody ever thought about stopping him. They're going to talk about in this documentary how he left breadcrumbs, bro. And he fucking really did. Like, he really, really did. Dr. Huxtable was an OBGYN. And the office was in his basement. That's some creepy ass, freaky ass shit right there, boy. Like, that's that. See, I don't know if Bill Cosby is a sociopath or a psychopath, because he, in my opinion, he really shows psychopath tendencies. Like, a psychopath would taunt you. Like, I'm going to say this, just like when he goes on the shows and he speaks about Spanish Fly. Like, I'm going to say it. What the fuck is anybody going to do to me? You got to catch me, you catch me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm off this, man. I would do my outro, but I already did it. This is the part just adding on to it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Jiggy Smalls, man. My Black